Yo, what's up everyone, it's the Savages here, and it will not be a very nice video as I'm going to do an end of season rant about Arsenal. Yes, I follow the football team, I follow Arsenal as a fan. This is the end of my well, we're coming to the end of my second season. After the FA Cup final it'll be fully over, but let's just start with what I thought of my second season. Wow. Not a very nice second season. And we're going to start prior to the season, so it will be quite a long video. But yeah. So yeah, let's start off with last season, because this is what caused this. We lose the Europa League final 4-1. Against our London rivals Chelsea, and we only have 45 million to spend. That's just unacceptable. But as it seems we had a bigger transfer budget. So yeah, let's get on to the signings. Before the season we signed Nicolas Pepe, David Luiz from Chelsea. Who else did we sign? We signed Kieran Tierney and William Saliba, who is coming this season because he spent a year at loan. We signed Gabriel Martinelli and Danny Ceballos. So we said, okay, this is going to be a good second season. And do you know what? It bloody well did. It started quite convincingly. Well, the performances weren't bloody convincing, were they? So we start off with a 1-0 win at Newcastle. Yeah, we start off our season. Hey, it's a clean sheet to begin the season, way! Because we didn't get one away from home last season. We had one clean sheet away from home last season, which isn't something to brag about. Yeah. Despite being slightly unconvincing, but we did what we had to do. Then we played Burnley at home. We went 1-0 up due to a brilliant corner from Lacazette. Then they equalised right on half time due to David Luiz. And then Aubameyang with a brilliant bloody goal to finish it. I'm thinking, well, our second game, this is convincing. Then we go away to Liverpool. And we try something that we know doesn't work, so you know what, we're going to annoy us. Try it anyway, to annoy the fans. So we start off convincingly. Nicolas Pepe dribbles past Van Dijk, misses the chance. Then from a set piece, yeah, and this isn't the first time, Matip scores. Yeah, Matip scores, which was expected, because there's no shame in losing to Liverpool. So we come out on the second half. A few minutes into the second half, I think. Liverpool run into the penalty area. Oh, yeah. David Luiz was there. Guess what David Luiz does? He does a big cock up. And do you all know what happens if you... And guess what? He pulls the player's shirt like a complete idiot. Yeah, an idiot. Guess what? They get a penalty and score. What are you doing trying to pull a... Oh, you just... And they score and it's 2-0. And then we try to play out from the back against the top side, even though Arsenal have a bad defence. Do you want to know what happens if you play out from the back with a bad defence, right? Right? Well, you're going to get slaughtered, especially when you're playing, you know, the European champions, the Super Cup champions, the Club World champions, what else? The Premier League champions now, and the Super Cup champions. Yeah, you're going to get punished. So we let Mo Salah, of all people, run past 3-0 despite Lucas, and we lose 3-1 because of Lucas Torreira. So we were okay, there's no shame in losing to Liverpool. The scoreline was 3-1, not that bad. We go into our next game against twatting them. Yeah, those idiots from down the road. We go 2-0 down due to calamitous mistakes, giving away yet another penalty, and goalkeeper and the defence making huge, stupid mistakes. Come on now, they were written off. So guess what? But guess what? We came back and we're like, this is a new Arsenal. They came back. Now, let me point out how bad our defence is. I'm going to get on to that. We have the international break, and then we come back, la-di-da. We play Watford, and I watched that game. In fact, I watched all of the games, pretty much. Except for the one today and the few others that I had to miss. We were 2-0 up, brilliant Aubameyang. We just had to go and do it. We concede 31 shots, not goals, shots. And we surrender a 2-0 lead to draw the game 2-2 in a game where we were absolutely pathetic. And we lose 2-0. No, we draw 2-2 even though we should have lost that game 3-1. No, 3-2. And our defence, at that point in the game, this is where it comes for cause of concern. We conceded within our first 5 games, 96 shots. And 31 of those came from the game at Vicarage Road. Then we get off to a good, in the Europa League, to a good 3-0 win over Frankfurt. Guess what happened? We play Aston Villa and we were, and then Ainsley Maitland-Niles, being a bit of a prick and deciding to get a red card, we get an equaliser even though we're 1-0 down. And do you know how bad the goals we conceded, one of the goals we conceded in our game, in that game against Villa was? It had to get checked for VAR, even though our defending so bad you would think a goal's offside. So, then we get an equaliser in the second half. Straight after that they go and get a second one. But guess what? Once again, Nicolas Pepe scoring his first goal for a club in that game, and then we had Callum Chambers getting the equaliser after Villa took the lead again, and brilliant Aubameyang getting us out of jail, and we win 3-2. With 10 men, we actually had the balls to turn it around and win 3-2. Then we go into our EFL Cup game, no problem there, 5-0 against Nottingham Forest. Then we play Manchester United at Old Trafford. Let's just say that we were actually at this point better than Man U. And then we were actually favourites for this game. Well, I wasn't confident, although I was. But when I saw the team use that fraud Emery put out, I wasn't. Just dismal. So what happened is Xhaka effed up and he bloody docked, letting Scott McTominay get his wonder goal. But Aubameyang got us out of jail. We seek a 1-1 draw on a very rainy Monday night. Boring game against Man U, and we draw 1-1 at Old Trafford. And I took a draw because of that all, and we let bloody Man U on the hook. And this was the worst United team at the side, and we couldn't even bloody beat them. Well, don't worry, as we go through the season it gets much worse. Then we play Standard Liège in the Europa League and we win 4-0. Martinelli really stood out, he was brilliant, and he's been brilliant so far, shame he's injured. And then we play Bournemouth and it was just very unconvincing and pathetic. But we won. David Luiz getting his first goal for the club, but it was just stupid to watch. We did not deserve to bloody win that game, but we get a 1-0 win. We go into an international break and, we're third in the table. We have to be optimistic, I think. And I was thinking, This could be something when we come back after the international break. Although we're not playing well, but we should get the job done. We've got quite an easy running. Guess what? Not exactly. We were very wrong. We come back from the international break to play Sheffield United. And let me point out, we didn't underestimate Sheffield United. Well, it looked as if the team did, with what I thought, and we concede from yet another set piece and we lose the game at Brunel and Nicolas Pepe missing a sitter. Everything about that night was just abysmal. Abysmal. Nothing going, and we lose the game 1-0. Fair play to Sheffield United on the night. They were brilliant. In fact, that was the first time I slept it off. I didn't feel sympathy for the players. I was thinking that was pathetic. Yeah, it was just all out pathetic. And we concede yet again from a set piece and a scrappy goal. And Sheffield didn't have to play well because we made it easy for them. We're like, yeah, you go, you can win the game. Yeah. So then we go into the Europa League and we went behind twice. But if it wasn't for Nicolas Pepe scoring 2 badass free kicks, we would have lost. We were that close to a very humiliating defeat against little Victoria. That's how humiliating it was. So, and we're staying in our group. Yeah. Then, this is where it really started. It really got going for the worse. We go and play at home to Crystal Palace. We weren't playing well, but we were 2-0 up in 10 minutes. David Luiz scoring a goal, and I think Socrates as well, good for them. And then Callum Chambers, being a dickhead, decides to bloody give away a penalty, which, yeah. Then Wilfried Zaha, he knows how tricky Wilfried Zaha is, he knows how bloody, oh, here you go, I'll trip you up. Okay, here's the pen. They get one back before half time. Then in the second half it was just bad. They score yet again, our defence being cut open how it usually bloody is. And it's 2-2. Now, in that game there was a substitution. Xhaka came off and was being booed by fans. The atmosphere was really toxic. Yeah, he told the fans to fuck off. He told the fans to F off. Sorry, Xhaka. No wonder you were stripped from the captaincy. You don't swear at the fans. Take the boos. At this point, you've been absolute bollocks. Yeah, you've been bollocks all season. You have not performed. So you have the right to be booed off. And throwing his shirt in disgrace down the tunnel. Oh look, think of how we bloody feel at the time. And Aubameyang coming on. And then we had a goal ruled offside and we drew the game 2-2, and that's where it got toxic. Then we go into our EFL Cup game against Liverpool away. And, do you know what? We were a goal down thanks to bloody liability Mustafi scoring an own goal. But Martinelli, Torreira being very impressive. Martinelli got 2 and we were 3-1 up. Then Harvey Elliott, the idiot, Harvey Elliott, or Elephant should I say, who is at the time, he was 16 years old. No, Harvey Elliott being 16 years old, that's impressive. He's the same age as me. He dived and they got a penalty. In the second half, we went 4-2 up. Few moments later in the game, they drew. It was 4-4 because of our bloody defence. 5 up, and then 5-4 up thanks to Willock scoring a wonder goal. And then they come back and put Origi score 5-all. And we lose on penalties to Liverpool in the EFL Cup. Liverpool's kids, Liverpool's children, we lose to. Yeah, you can tell we got a night, we're having a good season when we score 5 goals and we lose on penalties. Just a joke. Then we go into our home game against Wolves, going 1-0 up. Then we surrender a lead thanks to bloody awful defending, awful performances. In fact, Wolves should have won that game. Then we go away to Victoria at a very bad time. 3 PM Wednesday kickoff. I only caught the second half of that game. Yeah. We went 1-0 up due to Mustafi, and it was probably like one of the worst performances of our season until further came in. And this is where you can tell Unai Emery is having a problem. We straight away conceded an equaliser in the 90th minute, and now we're starting to make a mess of our Europa League group. How treasonable is that? We cannot compete with the likes of... We can just about compete with little Victoria or Portugal, who I never heard of until the Europa League group stage draw. Yeah, nothing going. Then, we play Leicester away, and we started off convincingly, but we rushed everything. In the second half, another abysmal performance, 2-0 like we lost away to Leicester, who were in fine form. Brendan Rodgers getting one over on us again. James Maddison and Jamie Vardy. Do you know what happens if you don't play well? You let bloody Jamie Vardy and James Maddison run riot. You're going to get punished, and that's what we did. And we go in the international break. In either 8th or 7th, somewhere miles outside the top 4. So you'll think the board would sack Unai Emery from this point. No, they didn't, but that doesn't matter, because you're going to find out later. It's very complicated. So we come back from the next international break, we come back and play Southampton, and we're not confident. Right, so we go into the game against Southampton, and let me just get you, Southampton were 19th in the Premier League, 19th, and we were higher than them, way higher. So we were still hanging around for Europa League, and we're now just on a run of, I don't know how many games without a win at that point. I even forgot when we last won a game or anything. We played 5 at the back against little Southampton, and at the start we got off to a very awful start. They scored straight from a free kick. Then we let one of the players run past, and then Lacazette finally scoring a goal for the first time in a while, and we go at half time 1-1, but still we're all booing. And then we should have lost that game 3-4-1. I don't know how we got away with one, even though it felt like defeat, because we give away a stupid penalty, and Southampton, well, it was safe, and then Southampton scored 2-1, and then after that they should have got a third and then maybe a fourth, but thanks to some miracle from Lacazette we drew the game 2-2, and we drew 2-2 even though we should have lost that big time. An abysmal performance, another terrible performance to forget. Then we go into our Europa League game against Eintracht Frankfurt, and I think we're top of the group, somewhere around that, so I knew we would get through, so we still qualify, can qualify. I was confident that we would qualify in the Europa League, so I had no problems there, but I had problems with the way we were playing, alright. So we went into our home game against Eintracht Frankfurt in a very half-empty Emirates Stadium. Yeah, the Emirates Stadium that's meant to make fans feel intimidated. Speaking of away fans, Eintracht Frankfurt had their away fans banned, so no atmosphere in the Emirates. Just protests, angry fans. Yeah. Well, we lose 2-1. An awful performance, and it was the nail in the coffin for Unai Emery. because he got sacked the morning after, and we're now making a mess. If we lose 5-0 to Standard Liège, we're out. And we now have, and our fate to top the group is out of our hands if we don't win. So yeah, we lose to Frankfurt 2-1. Naimri gets sacked, even though he should have got sacked before in the international break. Freddie Ljungberg, a club legend, comes in with no team. Just pathetic what goes on in the back with prickish Stan Kroenke. Yeah. So yeah, we go into our game Norwich and we're actually confident. But we were awful in a transitional period by letting one of the players run past and they score an easy goal. Then Aubameyang scores a penalty, it's 1-1. Then they run past us again, making it 2-1. If it wasn't for Leno, we would have lost. So Aubameyang once again getting us out of jail, getting an equaliser from the corner. So yeah, we score. And we drew 2-2. And there was positives, I have to admit, there were positives, and it did look convincing, and now we were thinking, are we sure about Freddie Ljungberg? We'll find out halfway through the month. We're into December now. We go into our home game against Brighton. And let me just give you a fact here. At the time, Brighton have never won at our stadium, never won away to us in the Premier League. Never. We are the easiest team to play against. We bloody well are. Because we made it easy for them. We lose the game 2-1. And then at this point we realise Freddie Ljungberg is out of date, and now guess what, we are on a winless streak. On an approach and yeah, that Brighton game was the worst performance of the season. Brighton were brilliant. So guess what? We knew now that Freddie Ljungberg is way out of his depth. So let's go through some December results. And we're now 9 games without a win. We're on a winless streak of 9 games. We're now technically in a relegation battle, like 6 to 7 points of the relegation zone. Awful. Just awful. And we go into our away game against West Ham, 9 games without a win, and we went 1-0 down at West Ham. But guess what? We won. We won 3-1. Pepe finally getting his first Premier League from open play. Martinelli getting his first goal from open play. And we win 3-1, and what a moment that was after 9 games and all the pressure was relieved. And we were thinking, okay, we might turn a corner, We play away to Standard Liège, and we were 2-0 down. We drew 2-2, and Victoria won their game, and we topped the group. So at the time we didn't for the round of 32. So yeah, we qualified for the round of 32, and we're getting the job done in Europa League. So even though we made a mess of our group at one point, we were still doing quite well in Europa. Then we go into our game against Man City. Oh, we played very awful and we lost 3-0. If you don't compete at all against a really top team, you're going to get thrashed, and that's what happened. So we were thinking, yeah, we got to put Freddie out of his misery. We can't let him rot like this. So guess what? We lose 3-0 at home to Man City. In fact, half of the games, half of the fans walked out at half time. We were 3-0 down within the first half. Should have conceded more, but it went to damage limitation. So we did well to only lose 3-0. Ha ha ha. This isn't a joke anymore. Then we get the great news. Guess who's taking over? Arteta. So Arteta takes over, and now we can actually start to get some results. obviously Freddie Youngberg, and we will be in charge for the Everton away game, and we drew 0-0 against Everton, only our second clean sheet away from home. So credit, we didn't play too bad, and we actually did alright against Everton. And Mikel Arteta saw what he knew he was walking into the stand, and we said, Arteta, you're walking into a mess, mate. An absolute mess. On Boxing Day we come up against Bournemouth. Guess what? We actually played very well when we drew 1-1 though. Even though it's a draw, we saw some of the changes, it was pretty convincing. Then, we went into a game right on the day before my birthday, 29th of December, and we play Chelsea at home. We played very well. It was the best we had played all season, but we just dropped off, and we just got a bit too tired, and we lose 2-1, just a Lemo mistake, and Jorginho should have been sent off. The referee was a complete dick. So yeah. We lose 2-1 at home to Chelsea. That's 2 defeats in a row because we lost 4-1 in the Europa League final to them. Speaking of Chelsea, we're going to get on to them later. Yeah. Going into New Year's Day, we play Manchester United again. And Man U were getting all cocky and that, thinking they were going to thrash us. But no, it wasn't like that at all. We put in, at the time, one of our best performances of the season on New Year's Day. We start 2020 with a bang. Great goal, well, not great, but we played very well. And we beat them 2-0, and we were like, yes! And we get another win. So then we start the FA Cup with a 1-0 win over Leeds, and Leeds gave us one hell of a game. Reece Nelson scoring. Then we played our next few games, surrendering a lead to Crystal Palace, but still quite convincing. Surrendering a 1-0 advantage to Sheffield United, drawing 1-1 again. Then we went to play Chelsea. Yeah, only weeks after they beat us at the Emirates. And let me put you a point. In the Crystal Palace game, Aubameyang got sent off. Guess what? So David Luiz was playing in this game, right? Yeah. We go 1-0 down and he's sent off. What a div David Luiz was. Yeah, we were thinking, yeah, we're going to get thrashed. We were 1-0 down. But we actually, towards the 8th half, we worked hard, end of the first half, we worked hard, and we were thinking, if we work hard, maybe. Guess what? Second half, we worked very hard. We did very well. And with 10 men, and Martinelli scoring a big goal. And then we conceded the game up. But we had the balls of steel to get back in the game. Hector Bellerin with an amazing goal, and we draw 2-2. And that's probably one of our best performance in a draw we got all season. And we asked for that considering the circumstances. We can actually feel good. Then we go into our FA Cup 4th round against Bournemouth away, and we win 2-1. And we did very well in that game, managing it. Youngsters impressing. Then we go into the February, and we play out a very, very boring game against Burnley, one of the shittest games I can imagine. Bloody Burnley being well drilled at 19. And then we go into the winter break in mid-February. Then we play Newcastle at home, and we're drawing, and we won 4-0. 4-0 against Newcastle. We're like, right, we got a win finally in the league. Yeah. Then we went into the big one. A Europa League round of 32 clash against Olympiacos. And we win 1-0. We get the all-important away goal, but the job wasn't done. And, yeah, you'll see what happens in a sec. Then we play Everton at home and we win 3-2. Then, this is just coming back to bite Arsenal our awful defending. We go into the second leg of the Europa League at home to Olympiacos. And do you know what? We played slow, we were awful, it was just the biggest piece of balls and cock and that I've seen all season. And do you know what? It goes to extra time. And Aubameyang with a bicycle kick. Legendary Aubameyang. 1-0 and we're going through. We're 2-1 up. But because we defend yet another awful set piece, we can't compete with Olympiacos and we lose on away goals. Because we got what we deserved for settling for 1-0. Yeah. And we're out of the Europa League. Didn't deserve to go to the round 16 with the way we played anyway. Yeah. Worst performance under Arteta so far. Then we go into an FA Cup game against Portsmouth. We won 2-0 to go into the 6th round and yeah. So guess what? We then play West Ham. I missed that game because I went to have a fan experience at Charlton to get a taste of what atmospheres are like in the stadium. I went to London to watch Charlton play and it was a good little thing to see a championship game. Sat in the North Stand, yeah. And we play West Ham and we win 1-0. Now, we were due to travel to the Etihad, but then coronavirus and the game gets postponed and now the Premier League gets abandoned and we got, and yeah, a non-abandonment 100 days and 17th of June we come back. We play Man City away. We had a bit of bad luck and we lose 3-0 and we're like, yeah, it's Man City, we got it out of the way. Brighton next. Brighton have had a bloody win since bloody 2020. Oh, Arsenal, okay. We lose 2-1. Defending awful and yeah. And Guendouzi and all that. Neil Maupay letting him score of all people. Awful day. Awful day. Yeah, we lose to bloody Brighton again, letting them do the double over us. And it was pretty clear that we're thinking, no, don't play European football, rip it up. And we go into our away match against Southampton with no confidence, but we won. We won 2-0. Yeah. But yeah, and then we go into our FA Cup 6th round against Sheffield United, and we were just, they were the better team. We were thinking, oh no, we were going to ball it. We were 1-0 up. Towards the end of the game, we were 1-0. And guess what? 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. But we responded and we won 2-1, setting up a semi-final against Man City. And yeah. Now, we play Norwich at home, comfortable 4-0 win, nothing wrong there. Then we have another tough away day at Wolves. We win 2-0. What a bloody good win that was. And it's about time we won like that. And we're thinking, yes, we're on form. We play Leicester at home and guess what happens? We're running on bloody empty. We don't manage the game. We go down to bloody 10 men. But, full fairness, they should have had a man sent off and it was just not good. And we should have lost. But we drew 1-1. And then next up was the big one. The big one, yeah. North London derby. We were playing against a bunch of shite who don't even need a trophy cabinet. Jose Mourinho. What a tough pot he is. So yeah, we go 1-0 up in the North London derby and we're playing away from home. 2 minutes later, incredible bloody overpaid Colt Squarehead passes it to the bloody Song Min, lets him run past and they score 1-1. Yeah, we're letting bloody bloody dickhead scum equalise. Guess what comes in the second half? We concede from a set piece and we lose the North London derby. Yeah, we lost a total scum 2-1. Yep. We lose 2-1. We lose to bloody Twattingham scum. Yeah. And we have a tough 2 next games. So, yeah, the confidence is now low again. We are very inconsistent. We're bad. Yeah. So, yeah. Guess what? We go into our game against Liverpool. Liverpool already the champions, so I was quite confident, and I was right. We win 2-1. Most fans were expecting it, but I was, and we defended a lot against that game. I've got to give a good credit to that defence, because they did well, the defence. So then, we beat Liverpool by 2-1, good result. But, yeah, you can guess what happened. We have the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. And no one was expecting much. No, we were being written off. Man, we put in one of the... We had the balls to win 2-0. What a brilliant game. To a man, we were superb. They were on top. And we won 2-0. And in we go to the FA Cup final, which will be played this Saturday. Yeah. A game later, we lose to Ashcombe Villa. Yeah, we lose to Ashcombe Villa due to awful set-piece defending, and now we're feeling low again. We are feeling low again after having such a high, beating Liverpool, and yeah, we play like a bunch of dickheads, morons, and we lose to bloody Aston Villa 1-0. Yeah, forget about that, and we can't qualify for Europe through the league. Then we go into our last game of the season, and we are going towards our worst league finish since in 25 years. We play at home to Watford, which we have just played to Watford at this time of speaking. We win 3-2, we finish in 8th. Watford are now down, and now it's up this point now. And yeah, the season has just been horrific, just been awful, a tragedy to watch. And yeah, just one to forget about. And do we have a right to be confident about the FA Cup final? No, we don't. We don't have a right to be confident, and we play our FA Cup final against Chelsea. I think we might be out for revenge, I'm not too sure.